A gearbox repair on a VW T6 transporter like this one can run into thousands. Now today we are going to do some maintenance that will hopefully prevent that from happening, but it does get overlooked from time to time. So today we are going to change the gearbox oil on this van. Well, first up guys, what we're going to do is take the van for a run, and that will get the gearbox oil nice and warm. Now the idea of doing that is it will allow the oil to drain out of the gearbox better and you will get more out. So just out to give the van a little run and get the oil up to temperature. Right, well that should be the oil warmed up now, so I've got the van ready to go here. I've jacked up one side, which you probably don't really need to do if you're doing this yourself. I've simply done it just so I can get in a bit better with the camera. And when I'm draining it out, I will let the van back down so it gets all of the oil out of the gearbox really. But what we are going to need is a drain tin for the oil, 10mm Allen key, which I've got a socket type for my ratchet, and something along this lines for getting the oil back in. So my plan is to drop this down through the engine into the gearbox and then obviously fill it from the top basically. And we have got some gearbox oils. This is 7580 and it is a GL4. That's the best kind of I can come up with from looking on the internet of what it should go in this. This is obviously a 6-speed and it's a 2016 T6 transporter diesel engine. It's a 6-speed manual gearbox, so I would imagine all of them will be fairly similar, but that's what I've got for it. It does say as well 2.7 litres, which I've never changed the oil myself, so I don't know if that's correct or not, but we'll drop it out and see how much comes out and then we'll have a pretty good idea. I mean, this is the first time I've changed the oil in this gearbox on this van. We've had it 5 years and it's got approaching 100,000 miles on it, so I wanted to get it done. VW don't really give a, you know, the oil should be changed every 60,000 miles or 80,000 miles, anything like that. But to be honest, I probably should have done it before now, knowing what I'm like for trying to keep my vehicles right. So we'll crack on and get the oil out. Right, well first up we're going to get the fill bung out because we don't want to drain all the oil out and then find out we can't get any back in. That came out fairly easily. Now I'll just put the drain tin underneath just in case there's a bit of oil comes out. I do not want to be getting oil on my new drive. Right. Interesting. That isn't really like I was expecting some sort of copper O-ring or something on there. Copper washer, but there's not. Right, well, that is, in fact, I'll tell you what I'll do, I'll put that back in. And that'll just allow it to, tell you what I haven't got. A rag! You always need a rag. Right, so on to the drain, which move it you across. So there is the drain bung there. So same again, 10mm Allen key in. What? The usual tact here is get it right onto the last thread and then cock it to one side and drop it out. And then if we take our fill bung out, that'll start coming out a bit faster. You can see how dirty and yucky looking that oil is. To be honest, I think the 3 litres is, or 2.7 I think it was online, is probably going to be there or thereabouts actually looking at that. Because that is pretty much it already. So what we'll do is, I'm worried about the wind blowing this all over on my drive. I'm going to get some cardboard. I think what I'm going to do is, because I need to lower the van down so it's properly level. Which, to be honest, looking at where the drain plug is on the gearbox, I don't think it's going to make much difference. But I will just lower it down and just make sure I've got all the oil out. And then we'll give that a bit of time just to get as much of the dirty, yucky oil out as we can. But as you can see, it smells pretty bad as well. Yeah, so definitely wants a change. Right, we'll let that drain out for a bit. So while we are waiting on the oil draining out, I just wanted to say, if you're enjoying this video, please consider subscribing to the channel and go and check out some of my other maintenance videos. They'll be linked in the description down below. Right, well that's had a good 10 minutes or so. Still a tiny little bit dripping out, but you know, we're never going to get every mortal bit out, but we've had a good effort getting as much as we can out. Hi, sweetie. And we'll just give that a nip. So what we're going to do with this is get this dropped down here somewhere. And it should drop out the bottom. Like so. And then we'll push this bit into there. Like that. Alright. Like I say, we've got about, I would say it's more like 2.5 litres that's in there. But anyhow, we'll get the oil poured in and see where we're up to. Right, we'll get fresh gearbox oil poured in now. Now this pipe's maybe a little bit longer than what it ideally wants to be, but make sure that funnel doesn't fall out the pipe. I think it was about to do there. And we're just going to fill it nice and slowly. Probably going to put about 2.5 litres in, and then just pull the pipe out the bottom and just have a little bit of a look from there. Right, that is about 2.5 litres in, so we'll just give that a minute and then go and check, pop the pipe out. Actually, if you have got the van jacked up, don't forget to let it back down to level. Because you want it as level as you can for putting the right amount of oil back in. Right, I think you need some more. Well, I hope that's enough, because that's that tin emptied. I should probably say that wasn't a full 5 litres when I started. So I did use some of that on the Clio gearbox. Failed. There's oil on the drive. We'll get the bung back in. Oh, what a failure. Bloody oil on me block paving. Oh well, we'll have to clean that up afterwards. Right, that's in the way a little bit. And then we'll just give this a nip up straight away so it doesn't get forgotten about. Right, and then what we'll do is I'm going to grab a bit of clean anti-greaser and just give the bungs a bit of a clean. Just so we can keep an eye, make sure they're not leaking. Right, put that over there. Drain bung. This is why I had it jacked up, you see. It's easier to see on the camera when it's jacked up. But anyhow, you get the picture. We'll give that a bit of a clean off. Ideally without dipping the rag in the oil, but anyhow. I'll go and get a different one. Pull that out of the way. And there we go, nice and clean. And that is the oil changed. Just to kind of show you as well, that is the oil that's come out. I know it's a black pan, but I don't know if you can sort of, if that's showing up on camera, but that is just a, you move it around with your finger, you can see there's, well, it's basically, it'll be metal segments or small metal particles in the oil. You can just see it there. I don't know whether it's showing up on camera or not. Probably not because of the reflections, but yeah, you can see it's certainly past its best, that oil. So good that we've changed it, and with any luck that will go towards preventing any major failures within the gearbox itself. Well, that wraps up the gearbox oil change. Now, for the sake of spending 32 quid on a 5 litre drum of oil to do this yourself, I think it is certainly a worthwhile job to do. Like I said at the beginning, a gearbox repair can run into thousands of pounds. So for the sake of doing the oil yourself, it is certainly a worthwhile task. I hope this video has helped some of you out there. And if you've liked it, please give the video a like and consider subscribing to the channel. And we will see you in the next one.